Just breathing the day, yeah, making waves, kicking ass online, can't behave, laughing in the face of wannabe queens, living off memes and caffeine dreams. She's got a bad attitude, can't you see? Fruity beauty, fat flex, but she shakes the beam. Freezing, don't care, facing the screen, ruling girl world like it's her scene. She's got a bad attitude, can't you see? Fruity beauty, fat flex, but she shakes the beam. Freezing, don't care, facing the screen, ruling girl world like it's her scene. Just breathing the day, ain't no one can catch, calling out the fakes, leaving them in the patch. That baddest woman with a smirk so mean, in the murky depths of life stream. Tears down the walls with the wit so raw, filters off, can't handle her flaw. Sharp tongue blade and a smoldering smile, leaving haters burned, exiled. Just breezing the day, ain't no one can catch, calling out the fakes, leaving them in the patch. That baddest woman with a smirk so mean, in the murky depths of life stream. She tears down the walls with a wit so raw, filters off, can't handle her flaw. Sharp tongue blade and a smoldering smile, leaving haters burned, exiled. She tears down the walls with the wit so raw, filters off, can't handle her flaw. Filters off, can't handle her flaw, leaving haters burned, exiled. Living each moment without a damn care, streaming her truth for all to share. Girl world shaking under her reign, feel the wrath of just Breezen's name. Living each moment without a damn care, streaming her truth for all to share. Girl world shaking under her reign, feel the wrath of just Breezen's name. Living each moment without a damn care, streaming her truth for all to share. Girl world shaking under her reign, feel the wrath of just Breezen's name. Just breezing the day, ain't no one can catch, calling out the fakes, leaving them in the patch. Baddest woman with the smirk so mean, in the murky depths of live stream.
Good morning from me and my mean smirk. How the hell are you? Happy Wednesday. I hope everybody's having a beautiful morning. I started my morning off by moving my ass before I did anything. I walked. So, if you'd like to join me on a journey, I don't know, you guys, I am so hung up on this app I'm using. I am so focused on knocking everybody out of the first five. So, I was thinking like sixth place, and I moved up to fifth, and now today I'm in fourth place. And basically, if you're the top number of people, you move on to a different league where I'm going to compete against other people. And every day I'm like, where's this bitch, Alia? I need to overstep her. Anyways, it's a fun fascination, obsession, maybe even. But I've been walking a lot, and it starts me off in a good mood. I do have to say that. Anyways, let me say hi to you guys. Hello, Mandrews. Hello, Violet. Hello, Free the People. Mustard Seed. Hello. Intro way too long. Oh well. Hello, Bethany Badass. Candy. Lindsay. Hello, Bunny. It is called WeWard. If you join it before you download it, tell me, and I'll give you a little code, and then you get extra points if you want to join it. Basically, you could walk and earn money, which is really cool to me. Like Christmas is coming up. I have an expensive child. So, walking my little booty off is what I'm doing. Hello, Free the People. Nicole, I text you. Did you get it? Bunny, you're welcome. It's a lot of fun. Hello, Fumos, Atma. Greetings from Denmark. Hello, Denmark. Good morning or afternoon. I don't know what time it is in Denmark, but hello to you. Hello, Rainbow Road. Bethany, did I say hi to you? Pink Stars, Violet, Sniper, Ruby Soho, Fashionable. All right, today might be, well, I don't know. I yap a lot. I think in my head, the streams are always going to be super short. And then we start talking about 50 different other things and I yap away. So I don't know. There's not a whole lot on Twitter, but the stuff I have is very good. There's a lot of comments to look at. Foodie still hasn't made a peep other than saying you could buy her cameo. People are suspecting she's either just landing in Canada or in the ER somewhere. I guess Pete's did say last night that he will be moving in with Chantal, even though his mother said it's a bad idea. What else is happening? A lot of Rosie talk. I don't know. Let's go to Twitter and we'll talk about it. It's beautiful, Violet. I wish the rain would stay away tonight, but sadly the sun is going behind the clouds now. No, I'm sorry. It's beautiful in Denmark. That's what I've heard. I think she's been detained. Inshallah. Bismillah. All the laws. I don't know what else people say, but I'm hoping she is. That would be good. Big, big mistake, Pete. I think so too, Rainbow. But Pete is a glutton for punishment, so he gets what he gets at this point. It's gonna be the same as before. I don't know why he thinks it's gonna be any different. I don't know why she thinks it's gonna be any different. She's gonna do drugs, she's gonna drink, she's gonna assault him, she's gonna offend people, she's gonna be racist, she's gonna chase dick, disease dick, she's gonna pay for dick, and Pete will always be left behind and in the dust. That's it, that's all. It's not gonna be different. No, I didn't get it. Let me make sure I didn't put the number. Well, I text somebody. Hopefully, I didn't get the number wrong. And okay, well, somebody's like, who the fuck is Breezy and why is she messaging me at 4 a.m.? Foodie makes Pete's her little wimpy boy. I mean, maybe that's why he wants to be Ramona. I don't know. He's not much of a man. Let's see. Does that do anything? Does that make it a little better? Because once I start yapping and I go back to fix this, what I do know is you guys will be moved and I won't be able to find the tab again because it just doesn't let me. So hopefully this is good. Hopefully. A lot of people were talking about her lips. I don't know why she thinks she looks sexy. It looks like an asshole with red lipstick on, does it not? I think she's trying to get another feeder since she has to keep taking time off. Libra said, "Who's this? Amberlynn sympathy fishing with those red-eye cat killer?" Yeah. Somebody pointed out that you can always tell when she's trying to find a new person because she'll do the devil horns and get all made up and do her thirsty TikToks. She's a true narc. It's the downturned, aged mouth. You can't put the genie back in the bottle. She will not be able to rewrite success. Trout mouth. It's really unattractive. That's what I do know. And no, it's not just because of her weight. Like to me, death at any size doesn't look good, right? Like I have to say this all the time for like the Amberlynn Reeds and the Chantels out there. I don't think Eugenia Cooney, like that's not, ooh, that doesn't do anything for me either, right? Like healthy, that is sexy. That's sexy. So we talked about this a little bit yesterday about Rosie going to be the worst of them all. And I kind of feel like we're going to see something really bad with her. What? I don't know. I also think a lot of skeletons are going to come out. I just have a feeling. Go Dodgers. Let's keep going. Okay, maybe I should be looking in replies. Well, I only read 2 tweets. Again, go Dodgers. All right, so Rosie. Rosie is such a psychopathic little liar, I swear to God. There's a lot of Rosie, okay? We have a clip of her exposing Tracy for being a stalker. Apparently, she said something really bad. I can't remember if it was about Zachary Michael, but then she wonders why he doesn't like her. I don't know. We're going to go through all the tweets. Her one hair blowing across her forehead would drive me insane. Are you guys like that? Okay, let's see.
I saw a screenshot that had like the last thumbnail and video title that I've seen of his was something like saying addressing Rosie's accusation about my dog or something like that. I don't know. They were never my accusations. Ever. I was talking about what was on Reddit. I was talking about what was being summarized on that subreddit by somebody else. I saw a screenshot that had like the last thumbnail.
I I have no idea what she's talking about. I was distracted and trying to figure out if that was a real tattoo. Does she have a giant cat tattoo on her hand? And why? Like, the bigger you get, the more it's gonna grow. I remember when I was, God, what was I, 18? I got this cute little flower on my stomach because my stomach was like, I don't know, it was non-existent. It was very toned from dancing, cheering, all that at 18. So I got this little tiny flower tattoo. And then as I've gotten older, and then I was pregnant, at one point it was a rose garden. It was not a cute little delicate flower. Yeah, she does. I mean, I'm looking at it
And
again.
video title that I've seen of his was something like saying addressing Rosie's accusation about my dog or something like that. I don't know.
Okay, what's going on with her dog? I'm so confused.
They were never my accusations. Ever. I was talking about what was on Reddit. I was talking about what was being summarized on that subreddit by somebody else.
Sorry, I'm just staring at her tattoo somewhere. I have no idea what she's fucking talking about. I have no idea. If anybody else knows, please let me know. I just found myself staring at the big cat. Did you? Tim from San Diego. Hi, Tim from San Diego. Said, I will admit, I like Rosie for a while, but I've seen she's just like ALR and maybe a bit worse in some areas, but at least she's good to her brother. But what about this dog? Future Becky said she treats him like a baby and talks down to him constantly, even though he's a whole, fully functioning working adult, unlike herself. Kelly said she lies so much about everything. Glitter shit said she's such a terrible liar too, or something like that. Like she's not intently scouring the internet for every bit of content made about her. I picture herself eating and searching her name nonstop, kind of like ALR and Chantal. Okay, well, she co-signed it either way. Little, someone said. I totally agree. She doesn't know when to shut the fuck up. The more I see of this idiot, the less I can stand of her. Someone asked, who is this woman? I keep seeing her all over, but have zero clue on who she is. Um, a massive cow? And I say this because there's always some shit going on with her. It's never a normal day. It's never a normal day. Good morning, Sniper. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for the link to the WeWard app, Breezy. Awesome. We can walk together. Add me as a friend. And then maybe I'll start a little community, a little group, and we'll walk, walk, walk. Ruby said, I want to get into Rosie so bad, but I just can't. I'm too attached to Chantal and Amber. I hate change. I get that. Not everybody is good with change. That's why we're easing into the Rosie, okay? Slowly but surely, we're going to hear a little bit more of her every single day. I just have a feeling, I don't know, I feel like something major is going to happen with Chantal. So we need other people to, yap about because every morning, rain or shine, I will be live to talk to you guys. I mean, today, knowing I didn't have that much to talk about, it just didn't feel right to skip it. Like, I'm used to just hanging out, talking shit. I know some people get their housework done when they listen, and I want to provide the listening for that because I'm that person where I have to listen to something when I'm cleaning, when I'm walking, right? Hey, Sniper, same. No one in my life knows about this. It's my guilty pleasure. Yeah, I never really saw this for my life, but I'm in so far now. I'm in so deep, too deep. I wanna see how things end with Chantal, and besides that, I don't know, I like our little group. We have a good time over here. But, yeah, my mom knows about this stuff now, like, she doesn't quite get it, but kind of, like, she thinks certain parts are funny, right? She thinks, like, I'll tell her things about Chantal or what's going on, and she finds it hilarious, but, like, she wouldn't start up a channel talking about it. She wouldn't watch things on multiple reactions, she just wants a little info from me. Sometimes she's listening. Hi, mom. But yeah, I don't know, my sister doesn't understand. I'll send her photos of Foodie and all she replies back is, "Ew, yuck. What am I looking at?" Like, nobody quite gets it like we do. Breezy, I don't wanna be a downer, but FFG tweeted about you today. You might be getting some hate from Girl Gang. I don't really care. Um, I don't know. It's not like I don't like FFG either. So, I don't know what to say. Nana Spike T said, anyone else get the feeling that, hi, by the way, anyone else get the feeling that Foodie Beauty is going to pop up on Halloween like, surprise, bitches, I'm back with a tacky Halloween display and all the comforts around her? I feel that she is going to come back soon. She has to. She has to make money. She's not making anything, and now she has to pay for her and Pete's and maybe eventually Salah, a scooter, her Nashi addiction. So she can't stay away very long. But I do feel like we're in for a rage. I do. So I'm excited for that. Hold on. I exited out of my chat. FFG is irrelevant these days. She barely streams anymore. Yeah, it's Also, hi, hey, Mare. FFG is mad breezy as fundraising for her laptop. I don't know. It's something me and my audience talked about, and they said it was okay, so we did it. I'm pretty sure she turns on memberships just to fund her Greece trip. So, like, who cares? I don't know. It sounds like people who are upset about that are either just, I don't know. I don't want to say jealous because that's not the right word, but I don't know. Like, why worry about me and what I'm doing over here? Like, worry about you, FFG, and buying conditioner. All right, let's keep going, you guys. She's cutting it close, though. She needs to allow for traveling sickness and recovery in order to enjoy Halloween. She is cutting it close. She has to have look down in Canada. FFG turned herself into a lol cow. Pretty much. Hey, Lily, she fundraises for all kinds of stuff and lies about writing it off on taxes. Really, Lindsay? Yikes. I wouldn't want to be doing that. Especially with so many eyes on me. What I have to say is there's something um that these people don't have, and it's called honesty and accountability. I was very transparent. I know most people charge their shit and pay it off later. Like, I ruined my credit in addiction. I did. I used to write checks for alcohol, charge up alcohol, spend $300 at Saddle Ranch. It's just what I did, you know. So I ruined it. So now, these days, I don't know. My money goes to things like, you know, a child who's 13, and she really likes her Adidas and Nikes and Jordans. She's now becoming a Vans girly. I love that. I don't know. That's what I spend my money on now. Kids are expensive. Life is expensive. Some people spend their money on illegal drugs, endless amounts of food, and cruises. You know, all my money goes to my child. So and maybe a vape here and there for me. But you know, it's just, I don't know, to make me try to feel bad for something I talk to my audience about isn't going to happen. I don't know. I suggest everybody focus on their own life, right? And their problems and how they're going to fix that. Anyways, whatever happened to the proof that Blondie? Oh, that's going to come up. So Blondie made like Lethal Blondie made a long ass community post. And maybe I'm just a bitch, so let me know how you guys felt when you read it. They said, well, basically, I was going to show the receipts, and here's proof I've been emailing with this person. But because people are calling me a liar and leaving me hate comments, I'm no longer going through with the video. So you're welcome to search it out on your own. And it's like, I've barely heard of you. Do you stream much? Like, I don't think you uploaded in what, 5 days? Like, how could you be getting that much hate? How could you be getting that much hate that it would deter you from posting a video with receipts that is proof Chantal's going to be questioned and investigated and being taken down? Like, because somebody called you a liar, wouldn't that be even more motivation to post a video with receipts? Anyways, we're going to eventually look at that long community post, and you guys can tell me how you feel about it. Maybe I'm just being a bitch. I can be bitchy. FFG came for Brie. It's weird. Who cares? Anyways, Mare Bear and I agree they are friends. What did Mare say? Please never call anyone in recovery just boozing forever. It's so harmful. It's harmful, I would say to people newly starting out when you're saying that stuff. To me, calling me just boozing doesn't affect me because I've been sober for over 8 years now. So it's not like, oh no, you got me. Like, yeah, I used to be a wino. I used to be a drunk. The just boozing isn't the gotcha, you know, people think it is. So To newer people, that could be detrimental, it can harm them. Even people accusing them of things can be detrimental, but for me, I don't know, I guess I have thicker skin? Anyways, Tracy said wait, Girl World Trash said, "Dear Amberlynn, I don't think you're ugly because you're fat. I think you're ugly because you're a terrible person and it shows inside and out." I agree. There's so many things that make her unattractive, though. Her personality, her victim mentality, the labeling of all these mental illnesses yet not getting diagnosed. Most of the time, she looks unkept, unshowered, unbathed. I don't know. There's many things that make her unattractive to me. But here's the thing. I'm so sick of her and Chantal making people feel bad because they don't find her attractive because she's a bazillion pounds. And yesterday we watched her say, "Well, you should go say that to a really pretty girl who's smoking them. That makes them really ugly." There's beautiful women that men find unattractive the second they see them smoking. Same for women. Some people don't find smoking attractive. Some people can't stand meat eaters. Sometimes, there's things that turn certain people off. Some people like a really toned body because you could tell that somebody's taking care of themselves. Sometimes people like really pretty feet. Anyways, everybody is attracted to what they're attracted to. We don't have to all find you attractive. You're just not. I don't know. Your hair is the most okay thing about you, and you don't even take care of that. Why do we have to feel bad about this? Why? So, Tracy said she's ugly because she abuses animals and people physically, mentally, and emotionally. She also allegedly murks animals, or at least sends them off into the wild to possibly meet the fate, or that fate. She's selfish, delulu, and an all around awful person who just happens to be huge. Thimble Fox. Hey, Thimble. I agree. God, I can't stand her voice. Hey, Vicky. The abuse of partners, accusing people of SA. So many things make her unattractive. Some people don't like when a female admits they don't wash below the waist. Yeah, that's nasty. That's absolutely nasty. I don't know who needs to hear this. Amberlynn, Reed, Chantal, Rosie. Like, you should even be washing your feet in the shower, your legs, your ankles, your knees, your elbows. You should be washing your belly button, behind your ears. Like, every part of you should be cleaned. And then if you're unable to do so, that would be the motivation to lose weight so you can get every crack and crevice, in my opinion. Maybe I should look through these replies. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Let's go. Orlando said, I'm not even going to say allegedly, she unalived that cat. Well, when you send an animal that's used to being indoors, outside, they have no hunting experience. I mean, they're really used to being inside, being fed. It's very different from, like, let's say a feral cat, right? Who's been outside their whole life. It's pretty much giving them a death sentence. It is. That's like, God forbid, like, this dog is attached to me at the hip. She's my best friend in the world, me and Chachi. But like, if Chachi got out tomorrow, she wouldn't know how to get food. She wouldn't. I feed her on her bed and bring the food to her. Every single night, I wrap her up in blankets. I dress her, I trim her nails, I brush her teeth, I bathe her. Like, she wouldn't know how to fend for herself out there, right? She just wouldn't. So yeah, when you open the door and let your animal out that's used to being inside, Rarity probably passed away. And that fucking sucks. Unless somebody found her and rescued her. And how could you do that to your pet, your cat that trusted you? How? Out of all the broken up relationships, all the relationships that's ended that Amberlynn Reed has been involved in, Rarity was still there for her throughout all of them that ended. That fucking sucks. Cyber thinks she's out on her cat. I 100% believe it, they said. She has zero accountability and wouldn't tell anyone if she did. Nicole, thank you so much for the super chat. I got your text. I just seen it after you said something. I'm sorry. No, it's okay. I have a sick dog and I was up almost all night cleaning after him. I texted back. Okay, I'll text you when I'm off of here. I'm so sorry, and I'll be praying for your peppers. Nicole, I love you. Thank you so much for the super chat. That's right, Fox, it was like -10. Oh my gosh. Or below 10. My cat, oh no. My cat had 6 toes. She might have been part raccoon once. Hey, Crypto, she got outside and never got in an indoor kitty cat. Hey, Crypto, good morning. Thanks, Nicole. I hope your baby gets better. I hope so too. Chris Martin said, I think she's ugly because she's disgustingly fat, and they're entitled to their opinion. They are. Foxy said she's ugly for so many reasons, including being a 700-pound lard tard. Oh, well, that's what they said. There, I said it. I'm not a fan of that. Not a fan of that. That is quite the name. Anyways, I don't know. There's people who have not dated me because I had short hair. Do you see me firing up live streams about it? Do you see me starting a campaign about the short-haired women of America and how we're all treated unfairly? I mean, people are attracted to what they're fucking attracted to. Anyways, fuck, I can't type. It's okay. Hugs and good morning, my loves. Hey, Mandy. You're welcome. He's 14 and started walking and peeing everywhere. Thank God I have antibiotics still. Did you call your vet? Let me know. Keep me posted. I would definitely leave a message for your vet and let them know what's going on. My son is homesick from school today, so we're breezing with you together. Oh my gosh, I hope he feels better. I used to fake sick so I could stay home. But back then we could do it when I was a kid because we had these thermometers that all you would have to do is hold up to a light bulb or something really hot and then it would give you a fever. But I used to stay home so I could watch soap operas with my mom. Even though I pretended I didn't like them, I got into all my children, let me tell you. Life with Lynn said, how many nashies does she? Anyways, I hope he feels better, and I hope you guys have a good day spending time together. I'm saying this to say sometimes we just want to be home with our mamas, you know? Life with Lynn said, how many nashies does Chantal eat in one sitting exactly? Because I live in Ontario, where she probably is right now. And these damn sandwiches are almost $10 each. And that's just the sandwich, not a full meal. FYI, a meal with a medium Coke and fries is 15. What I do remember about the Nashi that we saw Sansa eat was that it looked nothing like this. I wouldn't buy it anyways, but I wouldn't pay $3 for what we saw her eat, let alone $10. $10, and you know Foodie's getting like 10 at a time. That's insane. I know I've become at some point, I don't know when, I've become my grandparents, but like, that's insane. $10 for that? Chicken and pickles? And not even good looking chicken at that? Freya was almost 17. We had the same birthday. I watched her be born, was there when she passed Circle of Life. Sue, good morning. It doesn't even look that good. I don't think so either. The bun always looks soggy. Yeah. I don't know. It's definitely something Foodie would think is the best thing in the world. Meanwhile, do you want to know what I did this morning? I made tuna salad for me to eat today and tomorrow and the next day with cottage cheese, red onion, celery, a little bit of salt and pepper, like a tiny bit. I put lemon juice in it because it just tastes better with the tuna. I don't know. It sounds disgusting. Oh, and you use mustard. So it sounds disgusting, but it actually works really well together. And you put cottage cheese in to replace the mayonnaise, and it's healthier for you. But that's going to be my lunch later. And that sounds much better than this nashi. I'm going to toast some bread, put some lettuce on it, maybe a little bit of cheese. Oh, well, the cheese cancels it out then, but who cares? I'm walking a lot lately. I could afford a slice of cheese. Anyways, Mrs. Floopa Booty has a poll for us and said Pete said his mom doesn't think he should move in with chins and that he hasn't made any decisions about that yet. Who will he listen to? Well, I already know the answer, so we're just going to go with Chantal. This is before I found out. He confirmed he's moving in with her. Nothing but love said, everyone thinks he shouldn't move in with her, but the dumbass will always choose Cutie. He's as bad as she is. May they have the life they deserve together. Amen. I agree with that. W's World said, so mom and 6,000 haters all think he shouldn't live with her. You think he would crunch numbers on that one? I'm telling you, I think certain people like to be punished and they like to be humiliated and degraded. And I think Pizza's one of those people. Other Scary said, excuse me, is his mom his best friend? I didn't think so. Danny said he'll be bullied into moving back with Chantal. Well, what I do know about Chantal is she nags people and drives them crazy until they finally give in to her. Bree said, it's funny that he admitted in a roundabout way that his mom knows she's no good. Is she just a hater, Chinny? Doesn't like you 'cause you're fat? Valgal said, maybe he should block his mom. The Revenge of the Fupa Cobra said, imagine if Pizza's mom is part of Girl World and watches all the reaction channels. Pete's mom, if you're listening, please come hang out with us. We hate Chantal too. She is no good. Yeah, come hang out. Girl Scout said, to quote Foodie Beauty, God forbid he gets in between his mom and her cigarettes. Crochet with Ashmi said, Chantal will tell him his mom is a hater who only listens to reaction channels. And Shugal said, Pete's doesn't have a backbone, and Chantal will harass him until he complies with what she wants. Well, that's what addicts do. We know how to break people down until we get what we want. Kiva said, he's an idiot and he's lazy. Given the choice between mom's advice and living rent free in squalor with Chantal again, he's gonna pick the latter. And OG Breezer Beauty said, I thought she wasn't allowed to live with a man unless family are married to him. I get she'll do what she wants, but why is no one holding her accountable? She isn't divorced yet. This is why people say she's a fake Muslim. I mean, I'm just assuming the hijab's already off. When the plane was landing, she was ripping that baby off. Pizza's mom doesn't watch her channel. That was apparent the last time they lived together. Prayers for your pup, Mandrews. Mandrews said I've laid down pee pads, but she will always find the exposed carpet and go there. Downstairs is all hardwood, only carpet is upstairs. She's been such a good dog. I love her so. I think animals, we don't deserve them. They're so amazing. In a lot of ways, Chachi has saved my life. I think of the first year I got sober. I talk about this often, but like it felt like the world was mad at me, and I would go to, parenting classes, AA meeting, all these things, and I would feel like the shittiest person in the world, and I would come home, and there was this little tiny chihuahua who was happy to see me, and she couldn't wait to hang out with me, and she just loved me, despite what anybody else thought of me. She thought I was the most amazing human on the planet. Um, and I truly don't get how anybody could hurt animals. I just don't understand it. I don't understand neglecting them. I don't understand using them as props. Um, and I hate people who are mean to animals. I mean, there's people who are scared of dogs and cats, right? Like they have a fear, but even they wouldn't be mean to animals. There's no excuse. They're innocent. They just love, they're loyal. They don't have a voice. We need to be their voice. There's a special place in hell for people who harm animals. I totally agree with that, Trauma. Your little fur baby is so dang cute. I'm obsessed with her. She bullies me every day, though. She does. And she always gets her way. Every single time. She's the cutest thing in the world. I didn't know I was a Chihuahua person. I always thought I was meant to be a pug mom. But she really has me wrapped around her little tiny paw. I would do anything for her. I would chop off my arm to keep her on this earth longer. I don't know. She's pretty cool. She's pretty cool. Right, Chachi? She's sassy too. She's very sassy. She could be a butthead. She's stubborn. But all deep down, just like this gentle. She thinks she's a giant. I was going to say gentle giant. She thinks she's like a Great Dane or something, but she's just sweet at the end of the day. Anyways, your mom's emotional support carrot said, why pay Chantal for a jump scare? We have plenty of our own. Yeah, she's still shouting out her cameo. Well, still, I mean, I think she posted about it once since we've heard from her, but eeh. What would you do if you were a man of the night and you were just trying to make some extra cash and this is what pulled up for you? Is that money worth it? I'm genuinely curious. I tried to think of people, right? Like, okay, for example, let's just be a little messy for a moment. Sometimes when I'm walking and I need something to distract me, I really like to watch Hecate and Carrie fighting, right? I think it's hilarious. It just is to me. So I'll listen to that. And Hecate always brags about being a hoe. And I think about it and I'm like, could I do that? I know, like, there's no way I could pretend to be attracted to people that I wasn't attracted to. And it doesn't matter how much money in the world they were paying me. Like, if I'm just not attracted to you, there's no faking it, right? Anyway, so it started me on this whole mental journey about like maybe I'd have to be like, put a bag over your head. I don't know. Anyways, and then I started thinking about what if you were just trying to make an extra 20 bucks? And so you were doing a little extra work, if you know what I'm saying. And so you think some woman and you see her picture, you think she looks one way is coming to meet you, and then this is what pulls up. I would change my ways and become a nun or a priest, I guess. I'd go to the convent. That's what I would do. That would be my sign from God. You shouldn't be doing this. If you need a costume idea for Halloween, you could be a super morbidly obese conehead. Oh my gosh. Salt and Sass at the bottom right is Bob the trucker from Alabama. Excuse you, Bob has a comb over, okay? This woman is, she looks like a bald alien, doesn't she? Huh. You couldn't pay me enough for the people said. Is that a real picture? It's a real picture. It's from when she shaved her head. Eek. Anyways, her head is kind of the shape of a pumpkin, like a deformed pumpkin. The one that nobody wants, that's an odd shape and looks like it has herpes. That's what she is. The deformed pumpkin. Yep. This is a beezer. I don't know why I tweeted this. Are you gonna go live soon? I miss your face. I'm having the worst day ever. Oh, Nicole Saber. Okay, she's better looking than a lot of the beezers in that chat, like Tracy and Teardrop, for example. You don't have to guess which eye you're supposed to look at. She has hair. You could still see her neck. I have nothing bad to say. Not a thing at all. Your day would probably be better if you didn't watch Chantal, though, Nicole. Oh wow, she will have to wig it or wear a beanie year round. That was too, yeah, she was 200 pounds lighter there. So unfortunate looking she is. Same Lily. Hey, Penny. Looks like special effects work. It does. I remember seeing her shave her head in real time. She definitely had her Britney moment. And I love Britney, so no hate to Britney there. At this point, I'm thinking Chantal went into a diabetic coma in the Burger King parking lot. And then I retweeted it and said, Inshallah. Crochet with Ashmi said, at minimum, she spent more time on the toilet than visiting Pete's or family. Imagine this existing of you on the internet, you walking out of the bathroom and gagging because of the smell of it. Utah Pug said, a drive-by Nashi took her out. Let's hope. Tara Lee said, don't give me false hope. I don't know what that was. Weird ads. Janet said, you carb load, then you pass out. Puff the Magic Dragon said, and the car rental repos the car and just kicks her arse out in the car park. Obesity's nuts. Said, I don't know if you remember seeing a headline years ago about a rat being found in a food coma after getting into a pizza shop. Yeah. And Kalia said, oh God. Well, we'll see what happens. I'm starting to buy into the ERBs more and more. Well, for multiple reasons. She is 1,000,000 pounds. She has a history of blood clots. We've seen what happened the last time she flew to her foot. I mean, I could definitely believe she's having a medical emergency. But if she isn't, what I do know is addicts will always find a way to use, and they med seek. I even did it in addiction. It's what people do. This is Rosie's hat. And I just got a flashback. Oh my gosh. Did your parents ever dress you up in like Easter bonnets? Me and my sister, every Easter, I used to hate it. In fact, one time I broke my nose over this. Um, my mom used to dress us up in like these Easter dresses with tights and these little matching shiny shoes and these bonnets that I hated. And she would curl our hair, and I remember one time she wanted to curl my hair, and I ran from her, and she was chasing me because I didn't want my hair done. And I literally flew across the bathroom floor into the toilet head first, and I broke my nose. True story. And then we went to church, and I fell asleep and I snored. But I remember there was an ER involved, and the doctor like blew up a glove, and I thought that was cool. I don't really remember what else happened, right? I was very young. Anyways, I have this whole hat sent me on a journey of the Easter bonnets. I think she looks very cute in her Easter hat. I guess it's supposed to be a tea hat. Okay, I just call it an Easter hat. That's what it reminds me of. Emma said because she's a massive dickhead and wants attention. Oh, because Kelly asked why. It's her tea making hat. You know, I think one day I'd like to go for tea and get all fancy and put on a hat like that. I don't know though. I'm not very like I'm not Chantal or anything. I have manners, but I feel like you have to be very proper to go to tea. Maybe I'll just do tea in my house, in the privacy of my own kitchen, and I'll wear my hat. I think she's gonna show up for Halloween. But do you think she'll tell us that she was in the ER? Do you think there's a medical emergency at all involved, or do you think she's just sitting in a parking lot eating nashies as we speak? I don't know. Here's a clip of Rosie. So, future Becky El said, I don't know why Zachary Michael would be upset with me after I hid behind my paywall and essentially accused him of being a manipulative predator just because he kindly set a boundary and I was offended. So, I have no idea if this is involving the clip I saw before. I actually bookmarked it. She was saying something about gay men don't like fat people. I don't know. Something along the lines of that.
And he has a very one-sided anger towards me. And I genuinely do not understand it. I have been trying to figure it out since the first time I pissed him off, when I guess I misread a social situation, which, like, God forbid I say I'm autistic and then I'm constantly doing. And he has a.
I really hate when she does this. God forbid I'm autistic stuff. Friendly reminder, she's never been diagnosed as autistic. I remember a couple years ago when she first came to Girl World, she was seeking her autism diagnosis because it would have meant something to her. And she knew her whole life that she was autistic and she just needed this diagnosis. And I I could be wrong about this. Those of you who watch Rosie more than me, I had heard that she went and they said that she wasn't autistic. So I don't know why everything is like, oh, these social cues because I'm autistic. You weren't diagnosed. Why do people like why do they like to accumulate diagnoses? Like it's like achievements to them. I don't know. I found out I was ADHD later in life and sobriety, and I guess it made so much sense to me, right? I feel like that's the only thing where I'm like, oh, I'm, ADHD because I found out later, but I got fucking diagnosed. I got diagnosed. Now, what is the tea or the drama, whatever, between her and Zachary Michael? Can somebody please tell me? I'll never understand why all these girls want to have all these diagnoses. It's so strange to me. Same, unless, like, they want it for disability reasons, that's the only thing I could think of. She is not autistic, they told her she wasn't, Nicole said. She wants the attention so bad. I've been watching her the last few days, and she's really bad about attention. She craves it like crazy. She does. Anyway, so again, we're learning about Rosie together. Thank you to everybody who watches more than I do and can kind of fill in the blanks because there's a lot I don't know, and I don't wanna watch her all the time, but I do want to watch clips of her here and there and talk about it with you guys. Okay, so I had a really good concert this morning. It was kind of all over the place. I was listening to Bright Eyes' "Road to Joy." It's actually a very sad song to me, but it gets you moving. I don't know. It just does. If you've ever heard it, you get it. If you haven't heard it, play it if you need to wake up and move, and you'll understand it in that moment, okay? And then I was listening to Long Beach Dub All Stars Tell Me. Really love that song. Really love them. If you like Sublime, you're gonna like them. It's the members of Sublime. They formed this band after Bradley died, right? So, anyways, basically same sound. Sometimes switch it up a little bit. More Amberlynn Reid stuff. Two-Tailed Caper said, "Are Amberlynn Reid and Foodie Beauty seriously about to collab? Even after ALR referenced Dee Dee's infamous line? I don't think I have that clip, but please somebody post it. Are they gonna collab? I think they should move in together. How am I gonna word this? I know what I want to say, but I need to clean it up a bit for YouTube purposes. I think they're both horrible people, and if they move in together, they'll eat more together. So maybe they'll just fix the problem sooner together. And no, I don't feel bad about saying that. They both abuse animals.
You asked Emily about my hygiene. She ate my pussy and she ate my pussy good. You asked Emily about my hygiene. She ate my pussy and she ate my pussy good.
Then why were you so upset? 99% of the time. It's giving Chantal, where she really wanted us to believe that her and Salah they were fucking. Meanwhile, she was always raging or miserable. Like, come on. Emily liked to pose with your stomach. That's it, that's all. I didn't know that's what that was gonna say. I thought it was gonna be something to do with her and Chantal collabing. Anyways, Fondue Spiteful Bitch said the absolute delusion of Amberlynn Reid, the upside down trout mouth lipstick fools no one. It just doesn't look good on her. Oh, honey, you're just putting on red lipstick to try to show that your mouth isn't frowning, but you are. Nothing is gonna hide that. You really need to invest in some skincare. You could do Good Molecules or The Ordinary if you don't want to spend a whole bunch. You know, sorry. I know I'm supposed to be looking at the filtered photo, but I think I'm so much harder than myself than I ever truly need to be. I just need to refer to this photo. You know, in the mornings when you're first waking up, like I'm not one of those that rolls out of bed looking like an angel that just flew down from heaven. You know, my hair perfectly in place, my eyelashes did. Usually my hair is a curly mess and some of it is standing up and I look like I've been electrocuted. Um and I really I'm a fanatic about washing my face, but I think when you struggled from if you've ever had skin problems when you were a teenager, like it stays with you. You're always insecure about your skin. Anyways, I'm saying all this to say, I think sometimes we're really hard on ourselves and we're doing much better than we think and we look much better than we know. You know, you aren't waking up I'll speak for myself. I am not waking up looking this bad, okay? My hair may be out of place and standing up, and I may look like I've been electrocuted, but man, my face is clean. It really is. All right, rant over. What in the hell? People need to stop using filters like that. She looks awful. I love this chat. Thank you, Lily. We love having you here. I like our chat because we can always talk. Like, I know We talk about the girls, we do, but we also talk about, let's say, sobriety, life, food, health. We go into multiple conversations and topics. And you guys, we just get each other. I love that. I love what we have over here. More of her mouth. The filter's trying to smooth out and hide the trout mouth in the film again. The effect is sending me. Yikes. Why do people like to look like they have a rash? I don't get this really red look. What is that? Oh my gosh, I had it when I was a kid. I can't remember what it was called, but I had this like rash on my cheeks, and it looked like I had been slapped in the face, but I wasn't. Does that make sense? I can't think of what the hell it was called. Anyways, that's what this look reminds me of. Why do you want to look like you have a rash? Do you get it? I guess I just don't get the look. Anyways, she doesn't look like this. I just showed you what she actually looks like. All the pores, all the pimples. Oh, here's Justin Bieber, baby, featuring Ludacris. Putting her best filter forward. She looks ridiculous, this person said. Red Zesty said, "Yep, keep catfishing, Amber. I don't use filters, Lynn. She needs another handler. She overdraws them really badly and then puts on a filter. She only wishes she could do her makeup like this. Why doesn't she just get lip injections then, instead of doing all that? It's not like she can't afford them." But you know what? If I was a doctor and I was giving people Botox and I was injecting botulism into somebody, I wouldn't trust it. I wouldn't do it. I would decline her as a patient. I just would. I'm not getting sued. Uh-uh. Would you take on as a patient? Rosacea? No, it wasn't rosacea. Was it called like Fifth's disease or something? I don't know. It was something weird where I had this rash on my cheeks and it legit looked like I was slapped in the face. And I feel like I had it for 2 weeks and then it just went away. Justin Peter. Hey, Mrs. C. I think that's right, Lily, or I know what you mean at least. I've had people say I need to stop with the filters and I didn't use one. You are just really pretty, Lindsay. You could tell you take care of your skin, your hair. You even said you shave daily. You're one of those that just take care of yourself. Good for you. Ambrielle said, Amberlynn says that she has no filters on the first two. It's just her makeup. I thought that was Chantal all the way off to the right. They're becoming the same person. Doesn't that kind of look like Chantal? Oh my gosh. Anyways, why lie about it? That's the thing. If people are going to use filters, just own it. You're paying a lot to be able to have the app on your phone. Just own it. Own it. Oh my gosh. Did Mr. Snowflake dress up as Amberlynn? It's kind of giving when Missy Moo dressed up as Marty. Remember when she put like the mop on her chin or she sewed something up really fast? And it was hilarious. I'll give her that. It was funny. She put on like a black hooded sweater or something and like put this beard on her face. Anyways, I love it. And she does look like Pocahontas. We need a movie. There's some really good editors we have in Girl World. Somebody needs to make a Pocahontas movie. And Mr. Snowflake needs to be in it somehow. Anyways, Two Tailed said Mr. Snowflake is giving Wednesday and Amberlynn Reed is giving Wednesday and Wendy's. Oh, she is. Oh my god, I have a good thumbnail idea for tomorrow. I gotta turn her into the Wendy's logo on a soda cup, on one of the cups. Eric, hey! Amber looks like she went into Sephora and had them try makeup on her to see how it looks, just to get a free makeover, kind of. Agreed, Lindsay. Plus, they make probably decent money from these feeders. And she said, I think the reason all these girls do feeder content is because that's the most attention they get. Nobody with normal thinking would find them attractive. I think you're right. Tap on B said, "It's so nice to see Zach getting into reacting to Flobby Bobby again. I kind of miss the old days, and I thought we could see a little clip." Let me go full screen.
Lot of context here because I don't feel like she's explaining shit in this video. You're missing the context of like her raging in live streams about Sala prioritizing his family over her, raging about how she felt like he was going to attack her or hurt her in some kind of way. She literally came on a live stream and said, if something happens to me, it was them. And now she's over here saying, ugh, I still love him. I'm gonna miss him. Girl, we need the what did you miss on Glee recap. That's what you promised us, and you're giving us nothing, Diva.
Okay, what I do hope is when we see Chantal again, she has new clothes. I'm really hoping for that. This outfit was a choice. It was awful together, and she honestly looked like a drunk lady who went shopping at the thrift store and just picked out the only things in her size and put it all on. It looks horrible. Hopefully, she gets new clothes. That's what I'm hoping for. It's good to see Zachary Michael uploading to or reacting to Foodie again. New post from Lethal Blondie. Hold on, you guys. We're gonna go on a field trip because it's a really long post, and I need to know if I just have a bitchy attitude towards this because, again, I can be an absolute bitch. I'm very aware of that. Let me share my screen. All right. So they put, or Lethal Blondie posted this 7 hours ago. Can you guys see it before I continue? Yeah. Okay. So they said, "Greetings. I've never been in a position where I've received so much hate for sharing information from a third party. I've been told to F off, to shut the F up. I've been called a liar. I've been told I'm gatekeeping, and I've had my integrity questioned, which is weird because I've tried to be as transparent as possible. I've also noted that I was putting together a video of all the receipts provided to me by this individual once I received them. We were discussing the content and structure of the video to ensure that their identity was obscured. The structure was in the works and the visuals were coming together. See pictures 1 and 3. One, the individual who contacted me told me that he had attempted. Hold on. What do you mean your integrity has been questioned? We don't know you. We've been lied to, we've been scammed, we have trust issues over here. All I know is that you said you were gonna come out with these receipts, and then you just went silent. So, and hate, I mean, we're all told to F off, to shut up. We've been called liars. I don't know what to tell you. It kind of just comes with the territory. When the individual who contacted me told me that he had attempted to contact Chantal first to give her all the receipts about the investigations into her. He has his personal reasons for doing this, which I will not be sharing. If you go and listen to my video about the SEMA Act at 6:14, you will hear Chantal reply, "You didn't see my passport." Since Chantal blocked this individual, you can't see in chat what he actually said to her. But a question to ask, who would have access to see Chantal's passport? 2, that same individual posted a comment under my video. See picture 2. That is where I provided him with my email address, and we have been in discussion since the 23rd of October. See pictures 3 and 4. I will not reveal this person's emails to me as I promised him confidentiality, but I have shown a little of my emails to them. 3, I have now come to the decision that the hate is not worth continuing down this path. You all now have this YouTube handle. You can search for his comments under my SEMA video, ask him for the receipts or whatever you want to ask him. I am not the only creator that this person contacted, but I am the only one from what I have seen that he has offered to provide receipts to. But like, why you if he doesn't know you either? I feel like you just popped up. I could be wrong about that, but we don't know who you are. We don't know your identity. You don't know us. Why should it matter if people think you're a liar? To me, if somebody's calling you a liar, that would be even more motivation to show your proof, right? The hate isn't worth it. You've been gone for like 5 days. The hate? They said, I'm now going to outline everything. Oh, wait. I've now come to the decision that the hate is not worth continuing down this path. So we all have his YouTube handle. We can search for it in their video. Anyways, it said, I'm now going to outline everything he told me about the alleged investigations into Chantal to continue being transparent as I have planned to be since the beginning. What is stated from this point forward is alleged. Please use your discernment to determine if this is true. This is not my information. I am passing what I have been told. Chantal has been under investigation by 5 separate agencies, including Doge Canada, RCMP, who have been investigating her for over 30 months. I wasn't informed how long the FBI have been involved. The FBI is involved because a lot of people who donated to Chantal live in the US, from my understanding. Chantal has been investigated by Interpol for over 12 months. The RCMP contacted Interpol to assist their investigations as they found it difficult to obtain reliable information from the Middle East. Part of the investigations included recording and watching Chantal's live streams. It was mentioned that some reactors were also being watched, but from what I understand, that was not to investigate them. A lot of her supporters have been caught up in the investigations because they have given Chantal money while in a sanctioned country and breaking the law while doing so. And it is substantial amount of money. It is a substantial amount of money. These people have been cursorily, I don't know how to say it, investigated and kept track of. There is a chance that these people will be contacted as soon as charges and charging decisions and warrants are issued for Chantal. If you are a troll who has sent Chantal money to her PayPal while she's been living in Syria, I have been told PayPal has been cooperating with these investigations and have been transmitting regular reports to investigators who have tracked everyone. Congratulations, you've played yourself. What I do know about investigations is nobody's supposed to talk about them because when you do, it ruins the investigation. So if this person has this job where they know everything that's going on, why would they be willing to throw it away for Chantal to give somebody named Lethal Blondie with like a couple thousand subscribers the first gossip? None of this is adding up to me. Unless it's like $1 million, no way would it be worth Interpol's time. Well, Interpol would take care of the RCMP contacted them and asked for their help. I don't believe the same, Jaden. Anyway, so they continue. Part of the investigations included recording and watching Chantal's live streams. It was mentioned that some reactors were also being watched, but from what I understand, that was not to investigate them. A lot of her supporters have been caught up in the investigations because they have given Chantal money while in a sanctioned country and breaking the law while doing so. And it is a substantial amount of money. These people have been investigated and kept track of. There's a chance these people will be contacted as soon as charges and charging decisions and warrants are issued for Chantal. If you are a troll who has sent Chantal money to her PayPal while she's been living in Syria, I have been told PayPal has been cooperating with these investigations and have been transmitting regular reports to investigators who have tracked everyone. Congratulations, you've played yourself. I was told that Google and PayPal may file their own criminal complaints against Chantal. Remember when she contacted YouTube and pretended that she was just passing through Syria? Some of the crimes Chantal is allegedly being investigated for include A. Using an intermediary to withdraw cash on her behalf in Lebanon, total of 15 times. B. Not declaring funds and income. C. Earning income in Syria from countries and companies under strict sanctions. D. Obtaining and using a false Syrian ID. E. Supplying a false residential address in Lebanon and in Syria and declaring it as her residence on a legal government document. To me, this explains why she went via Lebanon instead of flying direct to Syria the first time she flew there, to make it look like she was staying in Lebanon. Some of these crimes can be charged multiple times. I was told that Salah and his relatives have entanglements with the Assad regime, including his father, who was at entanglements, including his father, who was at one point a senior official in the Assad regime, which makes Chantal's situation even worse. Investigators made a request to PayPal and Google YouTube to not remove Chantal's accounts so that investigators could trace donations, payments in order to track the individuals making the donations. Investigators were receiving regular reports from Google and PayPal of who was donating to her. Her bank has also been sending regular reports to investigators. That's all I have. Okay, either they're falling for somebody's BS story or it's Fupa Princess again. But again, we're allowed to ask questions because we don't fucking know you, Lethal Blondie. Okay, so this is their proof. Okay. I'm a 50-foot Smurf in chat and was the one who brought up this in her live. I do know what I'm da-da-da-da-da. Okay, we saw this comment. So then Blondie replies to them. How is this receipts of anything? Huh. Okay, well, let's look at the replies. I'm gonna go to newest first. She really deserves to be held accountable. I'm sorry you're receiving such hate. 500 Kids and No Money said, I'll say this, she's staying silent for a reason. Something is definitely going on, in my opinion. Yeah, she's eating. Lauren Liu said, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Thanks for trying, truly. Just to add, can you all imagine getting to the point in your career at a prestigious government organization in a formidable nation and your supervisor asks you one morning to screen Chantal eating chicken majboos while her romance scammer plays the keyboard badly? Pop Tart said, I don't know. You should ignore people and just do what you set out to do. Otherwise, the hate will be even worse and doubt against you even bigger. Consider making the video anyways. Have you ever seen any of these people comment before? Huh. Kimmy Pickle said, unfortunately, by your comments in section 3, you're just confirming what a lot of people are accusing you of, not producing the evidence. You can't blame them. It's the norm when it comes to Girl World. Kathy said, I'm sorry to hear that you received so much backlash for trying to share this content. I think it's Girl World nature to be skeptical, especially because Chantal is such a liar. That being said, people shouldn't be sending you hate. Personally, although skeptical, I'm willing to give the info you've shared the benefit of the doubt and sincerely hope that she receives some consequences. Thank you for sharing what you have. Best wishes. I don't see anybody else leaving her hate though. Or them. I don't know that it's a her. In my head, I'm convinced it's Fupa Princess. But someone said unsubbed. Well, maybe that is why we haven't seen her yet. Perhaps she got spooked and is on her way back to Syria. Lydia asked, what I personally need to know is how has your source obtained said information and why we should just trust them. I'm not asking you to dox them and get anyone in trouble, but there must be some irrefutable evidence as to why we should trust a random stranger. How do we know that you're not like another recent British reaction channel saying all this for clout? I'm sorry, but you need to grow a thicker skin. Stop whining and make absolutely sure that you aren't sharing false rumors. You want to do all this and have people really believe you? Give us more proof. Duckoff said, the whole thing is you said you have proof, and you have none. Nobody questioned if what she was doing was illegal. Our thing was nobody that mattered cared. Is irrelevant now that you had your chance to show proof. You didn't. Bride of Frankenstein said, please don't stop. If you've been here for a while, you already know how many times things like this pop up, and nothing ever happens. People are just skeptical. We've all seen her commit crimes, break terms of service several times with no consequences. So I think we are all just programmed to be let down in the end. I think if anything, I'd like her to be demonetized. The scams are out of control. Let's see. Someone said, I don't want boring relationship drama. I don't want macros of the gross mukbangs. I want this criminal being held accountable. Cordelia Wagner. You shouldn't care about angry people calling you names. If they threaten you, report them. You are helping authorities to catch a criminal. What you did was the right thing to do. Don't talk to me said, I did not believe at first, but the way this all makes sense makes me believe it's true. Someone else tells them, you're brilliant. Thank you for all your work, and hopefully she will be made accountable once and for all. Keep up the good work. Okay, I see more support than anything, so now it's your excuse, Lethal Blondie. You have a ton of support in your comments. If you have the proof, make the video. Unless it's like $1 million. Okay, I'm so far behind. I don't care for AYS or FFG. That's true. She should have been demonetized for scamming long ago. She should have been. Because we all have fun imagining various scenarios, but that's all it is for us, true. If there's an ongoing investigation, then nothing can be posted online or it would ruin the chance of charges. That's what I would think. But don't be a hater, free the people, okay? Anyways, you guys, let's finish Twitter and read a few more tweets. If Foodie goes live today, we'll hop on and snipe. If she goes live tomorrow, we'll hop on and snipe. But every morning until she comes back, well, even after she comes back, we're still going to be doing Twitter gossip. So even if our streams are short, I still want to go live and chat with you guys. More Rosie stuff? I think we should go into more Rosie stuff. Kelly said, so Tracy, this is from September, but I went back to the QLR hashtag just so we can kind of, I don't know, see more clips. So anyways, this is from September, but she was calling Tracy a stalker. And apparently she said that Tracy's made multiple accounts to stalk her. Says, Foodie Beauty has a bunch of nuts in her chat. As they say, birds of a feather stick together. All right, let's go full screen. It would appear if you're just glancing that she has an apron on and nothing else on, but she has a tank top, I think, under.
Tracy, I thought you were blocked. Is that the same Tracy that came into my chat with like 4 accounts to harass me? No? You're not the same Tracy? Okay. I swore that was the same username. No, then you are the same Tracy! You've talked so much shit about me in Chantal's chat. Why are you here? I've seen you talk so much shit about me. Why are you here? Like, I've seen it with my own eyes. You literally talk shit to me to Chantal for her attention. Why are you in my chat, dude? Weird behavior. You are the same person that harassed me on 4 separate accounts. Girl, bye.
So I'm more or less showing a few things. This and Tracy and S Jam's comment section telling them off to prove a point. Remember when Lily came out and said that she felt uncomfortable in Foodie's chat? You know, she told them she was still lurking. She just didn't want to chat there anymore. She didn't feel comfortable with Tracy because of what Tracy allegedly said in Rev's chat. And Tracy was like, that wasn't me. People are pretending to be me. She's everywhere. Tracy is fucking everywhere. I was walking this morning. This is how many steps I got in. And you guys, I am now in 4th place. 4th place. I'm so excited. I don't know. I feel like I need to be at least in the top 3. And then my obsession can tone down a little bit. But anyways. Ashley said she's dressed as a slutty Nashi. Seattle said, is this Foodie's costume for Halloween? Let's see. Hold on, I gotta see it. What do you call this? A chicken of the night? That is quite an outfit. I'm trying to figure the bottoms out. Huh. If I didn't know that this wasn't Chantal, I would believe it. I would assume she was at a pride somewhere. Seriously, that she was bi again and she was a chicken at pride somewhere. That's what I would assume. I guess that Chantal is a slutty Nashi. I'm still sticking with the chicken of the night. All right, I was tooting my own horn here, and then I was playing Queen, and I was very excited that I'm now number 4 out of 26 people. I'm telling you, this is probably the healthiest obsession I have going on. So what was it? 7:21, and I had already done almost 3,000 steps. It's gone up since then. Just FYI, then I was laughing at myself here. Anyways, this app will have you tracking your steps. Will have you competing with strangers that you don't even know. I don't know. I'm still trying to get Ailey out from under my ass. Amanda said there's been a change in the force here in Montreal. Does it mean she's landed? Canadians in the chat, can you feel it? Can you smell it? Have you had an earthquake? If so, she's back in town. She's 200 pounds smaller than Chantal. Who? Weird theory. What if Tracy is secretly Missy Moo? She has already tried to fake her death once. Is it really too far-fetched that she would pretend to be someone else? No, it's not too far-fetched. But why would she choose that? I'm sorry, that was really mean. If you were gonna take over someone's identity or pretend to be somebody else, like I'm going with a corn star. I'm not choosing Tracy TX, okay? I'm gonna be like a young Jenna Jameson or something. I don't know. Tracy? Lily, oh yeah, I know about that. Lily said that Chantal DM'd me for money, so they all mad at me. I don't have DMs. Aaron, no, you didn't. Is Erin here? I missed her. Hello, Erin. I'm sorry that I missed you. Tracy is everywhere and a full-blown psychotic racist. She is. Okay, we have a poll, you guys. Where do you think Foodie Beauty is? Still in Syria, currently en route to Canada, in a Nashi coma in Canada, detained for money laundering. So whatever you guys say the most of, I guess whatever I see the most of, we're picking. I really want her to be detained so badly. So badly. Okay, everybody, I'm going to bed. I got off work at 8 o'clock this morning. I'm finally home. Yeah, knockout. We'll see you the next live stream, okay? I'll be live earlier tomorrow. I don't know. This time was weird because I wasn't even sure again if I was going to go live, but I was like, fuck it. Even if we're just live for 35 minutes, at least we got to hang out for 35 minutes. Anyways, we'll see you tomorrow morning. Get some good sleep. Make your room nice and dark. Get under some nice cozy blankets and sweet dreams to you. I say detained. Hey, GH. Okay. You say detained. ERBs. Did Foodie do her last live yet? No, it worked out perfect because I was still at work and wasn't able. Naughty box! Nashi coma? Well, you guys are all picking different things. Let's choose. And a Nashi coma one. I couldn't help myself because I really wanted to be detained for money laundering. So it looks like in a Nashi coma, people are assuming, and then the next guess is she's still on her way to Canada. Oh, okay. So Charlie Gold apparently did a video or live, I'm not sure, on Rosie. And this clip was being shared by everybody, so I thought I would just play it for you guys too. So Lolafied said, psych ward snacks, bragged about wearing a hospital band, told the internet other patients' personal struggles. Quirky Love Rosie is a demon. All these lol cows are aggressive, full of conflict, and have dangerous mental health issues. Shout out to Charlie, great stream. All right, let's go full screen for this.
Find a friend, a safe space, not strangers on the internet. That was no one's business. I don't know who these patients were, and I'm hoping they never actually ended up on Rosie's channel, because again, there's a lot I have to still go through and circle back to. That's no one's business.
I have so many stories to tell you guys. And I don't even know if I'll get into all of them here in the live, but I don't like to cut my bracelet off until like
Because it's a badge of honor. It's a badge of honor. She doesn't want to cut it off until it starts to stink and rot, like her hair and her folds.
The next day or a couple days later.
Find a friend.
Do you cut that shit off the second you get home? I do. I shower and I cut the bracelet off. But yeah, it's like Rosie. I'll just use her for an example right now. She likes to accumulate problems and it's like achievements for her. Meanwhile, the rest of us don't want problems, right? She's tall. Is she? I always love how she does her makeup. I'm always fascinated because when I do eyeshadow, when I do anything really, it doesn't stay in place. Like I can't look like a supermodel with makeup, so I just really don't wear it anymore. I wear mascara and lip gloss, and that's about it. Powder sometimes, but even then, I don't want to deal with it. But I always love people who could do their makeup so beautifully. Like, I think her eyeshadow looks gorgeous. Her skin always looks nice and dewy. I don't know. She always looks like a queen. She does. You have to get out of clothes you wear. Yes, and you want to shower. You've been around sick people. I don't know. I don't want to walk around. Same thing. I don't understand why people walk around like all day with like their band-aids on when they get their blood drawn. Like you keep it on for a little bit, right? When it's still bleeding, and then you take it off. It's just what you do, or at least what I do. Okay, Murder Me Softly said Quirky Love Rosie now labeled homophobic. In her most recent live, she agreed that gay men hate obese women. This was in reference to a conversation about Zachary Michael, who was non-binary and was being referred to as a man. Why does she still have supporters again? I am sorry. I didn't know. I don't watch a whole lot of Zachary Michael, so I will also be better about my wording. Um, gay men don't. Gay men hate obese women. See, in my head, maybe I have it all wrong, but in my head, gay men are very accepting of size. They don't care if you are gay too. Like, it just feels like the LGBTQ community. I know there's all these letters now. I can't keep up with it, okay? But it seems like they're very accepting. So to say that they don't like, I think people just don't like you, Rosie. I heard you're with a person that was accused of SA. Is that true? And then it just refers back to this clip where she says she doesn't know why Zachary Michael hates her and that they seem to just have something against her.
And he has a very one-sided anger towards me. And I genuinely do not understand it. I have been trying to figure it out since the first time I pissed him off, when I guess I misread a social situation, which, like, God forbid I say I'm autistic and then I'm constantly doing.
You're just a shitty person. Stop trying to hide behind labels. You're just a shitty person. Lolafied said, seems like Quirky Love Rosie tried to befriend our Zachary Marie, and since it didn't work out, she started to run her mouth. This bitch is just like J-Bay. You know, it makes sense now that the Uber driver was saying, I want you out of the car now. I think before you accuse me of rape or something. And people were saying, did they know it was her? Did they think she was somebody else? He probably thought she was J-Bay, right? She's like J-Bay in more ways than one. This is Tracy harassing S-Jam. I'm not a fan of S-Jam, but if Tracy doesn't like him, why doesn't she just not watch? Anybody currently running their mouth about me, just don't watch me and you won't have to see it. Like if you hate people, and let's say, for example, they have you drinking, crying, and raging alone in your kitchen on a Monday, just don't watch that person. If they have Tracy, if your panties are in a bunch every time you watch Rosie, whoever else, S Jam, just don't watch. So Tracy said, stop doing things poorly. So as an excuse to not do them. If you actually cared, you'd ask her how she wanted them done instead of demeaning her and calling her a control freak, you selfless sack. I don't know. You're trying to talk sense into a drunk. Good luck with that. And you're also probably a drunk. I assume Tracy is drunk every day by like 2 p.m. off of boxed wine. That's what I have in my head. She's the person that goes to like CVS. I don't know why anybody buys alcohol at CVS, but you see people go there and buy their boxed wine or whatever else. She is that woman. That's her. Ghost Crab said, apparently Pete's has finally admitted to what every one of us knew already. He is gonna live with chins again. What an absolute loser. Probably because she screams grape a lot. I've said it before. I agree with the Uber driver. Yeah, I mean, there's things I think he did wrong, right? Like he shouldn't have went back to confront her and keep it going. I think they were both in the wrong. But this is why you just don't yap it up with your Uber person. Stay in your phone and mind your own business. You don't need to talk politics and religion with everybody, okay? We do hear sometimes when there's no way to avoid it, whatever else. But there's I'm not yapping it up. Like I don't get into an Uber and I'm like, so did you vote for Trump? I just don't. I just don't. Shugal said, I wonder if she needed him to get the apartment. Well, duh, she has horrible credit. And it makes sense why they reconsidered, right? They denied her once, then they probably told her if she had a cosigner and a big deposit, then maybe. So he probably co-signed. And Ghost Crab said, yeah, 100% did because the last lease was signed by her mom. And she won't do that again. She won't do that again. Parents learn. They do. YY said, so she isn't Muslim anymore since she'll be living with a man that isn't family. And Ghost Crab replied, being Muslim to her only means being able to hide the ugly. Amberlynn, she could have just walked instead of going to Kuwait and Syria and putting on a whole act. She could have just walked and then there would be no chins to hide. Scamberlin said he is such a spineless clown, and he probably co-signs the lease as well because Chantal's credit is still shot. May he be prepared to be left alone with an apartment he can't afford on his own when Chins inevitably goes back to the Middle East or has met a new guy. I'm assuming he co-signed for her, and he's such a fucking idiot. But again, to anybody who's going to feel bad for him when she starts doing things to him, he chose this. He chose to move back in with her. He knew what it was like before. He's a fool to think it's going to be any different this time. Justice for Kat said, she's once again paying for company. Continuous toxic cycle. Pete's needs to look at it at like that relationship, like people who break up 3 or 4 times and get back together. Like they really realize like the 6th time sometimes that they broke up for a reason, right? There's a reason why it didn't work out. It's never going to be different. I think of like the time where I tried things with my baby daddy again. I thought it was going to be different and it just wasn't. No need to try a 3rd time, a 4th time. The 2nd time, I just knew. Lolified said, bribing men with money is the only trait she has. It's sick and disgusting. She always preys on people who are doing worse than her financially in whatever way. And she preys on them and she uses them. And she holds money over their head as a control. It's crazy. She did that with Natter too. Natter isn't a good guy. I think he's a fucking demon. Um, he's disgusting. I wouldn't spit on that man if he was on fire. However, she controlled him. She would manipulate him. She'd buy him gifts to try and buy him love. That's the type of person she is. Malarkey said it's going to be the same as last time. We saw people do everything to get her kicked out of her apartment, / in trouble with her landlord. Does she think it's all going to magically disappear? I hope he waits a few months minimum. I hope he gets what he deserves. He's stupid. Sometimes people have to learn the hard way. And apparently an Amberlynn Reed Reddit is gone. Who Killed Rarity is what it's called. So I'm assuming Amberlynn reported it. I don't know. I didn't ever go to it, but if you did, it's now down. So I don't know. Anyways, I think that's all I have for right now, you guys. Again, I just wanted to come hang out, shit talk a little bit. I don't know. Inspire each other, motivate each other. And I'm hoping I'm doing just that in some way or another. I hope I inspire somebody to not go down the road of addiction. I hope I inspire somebody to move more because I promise you, you will feel better. Don't be a Chantal today. Do something kind for somebody else and don't be a scamming liar. Thank you to my amazing mods and Breezy Bunch members. Nicole, thank you so much for the super chat. And I'm going to text you back right now. Thank you to everybody for hanging out. And again, if Foodie goes live today, we will hop on and snipe. I love you guys. Have an amazing day. Goodbye.